Hey, what's up everyone? What's going on? Okay. Caroline is here with me today too. She's just sitting over there doing some drawings. So she might stop to say hello.
Hi.
Now you're quiet all of a sudden.
What? I don't see me over there.
Caroline.
What?
She's working on an owl drawing over there. You can see.
Yeah, there's some paint drawing right now.
Yeah, so maybe I'll come back to the screen later, but for now, I'm in this mode. Which I redrew the stream interface. So, yes. Okay, so I'm going to be doing some projection mapping in Cinema 4D. It's kind of like a test almost. I have a shot in mind that I need to draw. Oh shit, where's my water? I'll be right back. So I'm in SketchUp. I'm just going to do the thing that I wanted to have a camera movement from the perspective of a person sitting at a bar looking into a television that's kind of mounted on the ceiling. So that's what it is. Zach Thomas, where are the hoodies coming from? The Teespring hoodies? It depends which hoodie you ordered and where you live, but they have two factories. One's in the United States and the other one's in the UK. So if you ordered from the United States, it's most likely you're going to get it from the United States. But I think Europe has a different... they use like a different factory or something. So it depends though, like, yeah, it depends on what it is, because sometimes there's like certain types of the shirts or hoodies, whatever, are only available in one factory, so they have to ship them over regardless of where you are. Anyway. Hey, thanks everyone for people who have ordered those bird plushies that I've been promoting a bit there. I'm very happy for you guys to have been able to help me make something like that. I was kind of worried because they're kind of like expensive to make, and you have to make like a minimum quantity of them in order to like break even. But I was able to do that, so thank you guys very much. So moving on now, I'm going to be making a bar really quickly here. I'm just gonna 12 feet up. Just want to kind of carve it out of the wood, the box. So go down like this and about 6 inches. Sai-Zai-chan, meow. Hey, thank you, Sai-Zai-chan. That's very kind of you. Those bird plushies, when are they coming? Christmas? Yeah, so basically at the end of the week, they're going to take all the pre-orders, and then they're going to use those pre-orders to fund the batch of plushies that are going to be made. And they get made, and then the idea is that they're going to show up to their distribution center around November, and then they will send them to everyone. So you should be able to get it before Christmas. That's what they tell me. The whole idea is that they arrive before Christmas because they take a long time to make. But anyways, yeah. So that's it. Drop the link to the bird plushie. Let me just see here if I can pull that up. If you go, well, maybe I'll just post a link. Yeah, so if anyone's still interested, there's like 5 days left, and there's a link right there. Yeah, so we spent like, I've been working on the design for the bird plushie since the beginning of the year, probably like December, and what happened is that they went through 4 different prototypes. They would like make, like I had drawings and stuff, and these like kind of perspective drawings, and they would send me a prototype, or they send me pictures of a prototype. And so we went through 4 of them. And the first one looked pretty good, but it was just, there was some problems with like the placement of his face and stuff. It wasn't high enough, and like his face elements were too large compared to his body, or like the wings were too small or something like that. So it took about like four revisions, which is pretty good, I guess. I've never really designed a toy before, so.
Hi.
Yosh T. Hey there. So Caroline says hello.
I don't know what to say right now.
So I'm doing this kind of I have to just kind of block this in now, I guess. Let's see it. But behind the bar, was that like 4 feet? 4 feet maybe? And that seems about right, I guess. And probably the bars were probably like 2 feet. 2 feet. So I'm making a bar. So I have to do it in SketchUp just so I get the 3D shape basically, so I can bring that into Cinema 4D and then draw on top of it and then do a projection mapping. That's what the idea is anyway. So I don't know how tall bars are, but it doesn't really matter because you're not going to see the bottom of it. It's going to be
a very skinny bar.
The camera movement in this shot is going to be something like this to a television that's going to be right here. So maybe I will make the bar a little bit longer because usually there's like a lip.
Like a
2 inches.
That's a skinny bar. You have a big blind you want to fit back there.
Yeah. So you're not going to see anything back here, so I'm not going to even bother with that. Yeah, I mean, you got to understand the reason why it's kind of expensive is because I'm just like ordering them in such a small quantity that basically when you order something like a plushie from a factory, the higher quantity that you make at one time, the price goes down. And because I'm just like a small YouTuber, like my price, like I basically have to use the minimum quantity. But if I was like a company like Hasbro or whatever, and they make like fucking, I don't know, like 100,000 at once, then the prices go down. So that's why it seems more expensive than usual. But anyway, so let's see here. I got the bar. Now I need to put like maybe I'll just push this in a bit because, let's see here. So there's different ways I could have been doing this. I know that like Blender has all these like 3D tools now. 3D drawing tools, and I was trying to do that earlier today just to learn it a little bit, and I still find it kind of overwhelming, so I'm not even comfortable like trying to learn that through streaming yet, so I'm just keeping my eye out on it. But okay, I need some like shelves, I think. First of all, there'd be like another shelf back here. It'd probably be like a sink or something. And actually this, I'm gonna push it back a bit more. So it looks like that. Usually there's like shelving units. Probably save this file too. Let's see, okay. Can you, Zadik, you can set up the Blender grease pencil to work very similar to Photoshop better. Very flexible with hotkeys. I know I was looking at like all the new stuff they've been adding. They added a palette, finally, like the Vertex paint tools or whatever it's called, and that looks like a pretty major positive direction shift. So you can actually color things very easily. I noticed that looks pretty great. If I were to use Blender, I would probably start by doing like backgrounds and stuff before I do the main characters. I know that like things like rigging the mouth and stuff, mouth animations still kind of looks like a, you have to like rig it up with like bones and shit. I don't know, like it just looks kind of like a, it's not ready yet in my opinion. I don't know. And whatever it is, it would slow me down. Like if I were to learn all that stuff right now, I wouldn't be able to release episode 21. It'd be like 6 months. So I have to just continue doing the methods that I do now anyway. But I'm still looking at all the stuff they're doing because it looks pretty crazy. They're adding new things every update, it seems. Anyways, what else was there here? What are you guys asking me? You can do facial animation with shape keys. Okay, I'm gonna look that up too afterwards. I pretty much write each episode sequentially, tree sap, but sometimes like I have some of the other episodes in my head, like multiple episodes, but I don't really like write the script until I get to the episode I need to work on. Okay, so let's just see. I got a bar here, and I think it's missing like, oh crap. It's missing some stuff. The perspective I want is going to go up like this, so there's going to be a television up there. So maybe what I'll do is I'll work on the television right now. And it's going to be kind of like one of those old style televisions. Let's see, I don't know how wide they should be, like what, 30 inches? Okay, something like that. Zylax23, thank you very much. What genre would you say your animations are? Where do you pull inspiration from? Genre. What do you? I guess it like falls under the surreal kind of.
Noir.
What's that?
Surreal noir.
Damar?
Noir.
Dwar?
Noir.
Noir. Surreal noir. That's what.
What is noir as a genre?
I don't know. I didn't know what you were saying.
What is a noir?
Okay, television screen.
You're fired.
Surreal noir.
What a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Say it 5 times.
I don't really know what the genre is, honestly. I haven't thought about it too much. I mean,
this is stuff we don't think.
I don't think about it.
No one like actually internally cares.
Well, some people care.
Yeah, it's for how people, I don't know, label it. It's not useful for us.
What?
Yeah, you gotta pretend I'm saying nonsense now.
Okay, so let's see what happens.
Noir's a perfume, by the way. Pretty sure.
I have to kind of round off the edge. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to 3D modeling.
Sick of me today.
Yes.
Why? What did you do? I can go in a different room.
Nah, it's okay, Carolina.
Just not be around you. How about
It's just
that?
it's hard to think when I have a stream going, and then there's like.
And then there's me just shouting things at you in the background to help.
Yeah.
So like a TV.
This could either be a television or a microwave, from what it looks like right now.
It can be many things. Many things are shaped like a rectangle.
Televisions usually kind of like, they kind of go back like this though, or those old style televisions anyway. So I have to cut out a big chunk of it.
These kids have never seen those.
And it's probably a little bit, oops.
With their flat screens.
Yeah.
And their LCDs.
I'll get rid of all this junk back here. Because there was around like 2006, 2007, they were moving in the flat screens. And they somehow managed to get rear projection screens a little bit thinner. But they did something like this, and then in the center of it, they had or the actual, what was it, a heat sink or something, basically.
Like a projector or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, but there was like a heat sink specifically. Oh god. Let's see. Hey, Gil, thank you, man. You didn't have to do that. Why are you doing that, man?
Why? Why?
Thank you, dude.
That's really appreciative, Justin. Why?
It's too much, man. It's too much. I don't even know why I'm modeling the back of the television. You're not even going to see it. But whatever. It's just there now. You can just pretend. You're not going to like see the back of the television. I don't know what I'm doing. I should just get rid of that little box.
I think you should model every little tiny grate in it too. I think that's a great use of your time.
Anyway, the idea is to do projection mapping, so I'm going to be drawing all the details onto it. I don't know why I'm doing that as well, but if anyone's not familiar with my live streaming, it's usually a shit show. You should see when I try to make a model of the Olympic Stadium.
That's the best live stream.
That's the worst one ever. And then
it's
I got saved.
It's like an hour and a half of you doing it, then you rotate it. It's like this fucked up pancake floating in the sky. And then you just delete it. That was the best.
Alright, so there's
there's a television.
My television. Let's just call it a day on the television. Make a new group, make a component or whatever, call it television. Now the thing is that this television needs to be rotated downwards a bit because it's going to be like up in the top of the bar there. And so what that means is it also needs little handles on the sides. So maybe I'll do that now. Take out my Jesus, okay. You know what I should have done? I should have made this a let me just undo that for a second. Okay. What I'm going to do to make this a little bit easier for myself is to cut the television in half. And I'll show you why. I mean, I bet you if there was if I was doing this in Blender and I actually knew what I was doing, there's probably like a mirror tool or something.
Yeah, there is.
I don't know what it is. I can't. I'm trying every morning. I open up Blender and I look at some tutorials and I try to learn something new.
And then you try something and then you get all upset.
And then I lose my mind.
And then you break up with Blender again. It's this abusive, toxic relationship.
So until I'm comfortable with Blender, I'm going to continue doing my hack to tricks.
His relationship status with Blender is it's complicated. Okay.
God, look.
Been going on and off for a couple months now.
Oh, I see why that's not. There's a line here, but it's not quite right.
I see a laughing face. I'm assuming that's for me.
Let's see. Okay. All right. There we go. Let's cut this TV in half. There we go. Beautiful. Now, if I make this a component and call it half TV, I can take that component and paste it again, and then using this tool I can scale it inside out and then reversed and then move it back into place. And now I have a full TV. But now, if I take my television and rotate it and go back into my half television component, I should be able to make a drawing on this side and it should show up on the other. Okay, good, it's there. So this is my really, oh shit. I need to make a drawing on the face, basically. And I might just use this circle tool instead of trying to draw a really horrible circle with a... Okay, there we go. Yes. I can pull it out a bit. Just like that. Oh, it's too much. I'm giving the television some ears.
Can I be on your stream?
Yes, you can be on my stream. Of course you can.
Oh yeah?
You gotta say stuff though. You can't just be like, hi. You gotta say hello. And
I did say hello.
It's longer than hi.
What? Oh, hello.
Okay, so
I need to like look at
Jesus.
that.
Let's see here. Put this little rectangle here. Suddenly, oh God. There we go. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this crap. Okay, I'm gonna pull this thing out and pull it upwards. Oh, come on! Why don't you go up? You see, this is why I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
That's why you should just put me on.
Yeah. For some reason, it's like constricting itself to the circle, but it's okay.
Oh God, you're trying to make a circle in SketchUp?
I'm making a square on top of a
What's
circle.
wrong with you?
Wait, what's wrong with me?
for.
Exactly, what is wrong with me?
That's what we've been asking all year, actually. So I figured it out.
Just do this. Make a square within a square. And pull it out a bit more. Now I can pull it up, right? Oh, there we go. Okay, for some reason, that sort of looks okay now. My little television handle. Okay. Now, I need to bring it back down a bit. Okay. That should be able to push it. It connects into itself. Just like that. Yes. Very good. Okay. And then now I can go like this. And there's my television that will be mounted from the ceiling. I'll put that in the corner of the bar later. Let's save this. Okay. All right, so and what I'm going to do now is that it's all finished. I might just explode it, and then I will delete these split lines. And the reason why I do that is because in Cinema 4D you can do well, I'm using Cinema 4D Lite, which doesn't have a lot of tools as the full version. So there's a cell shading render option, and basically if I leave this line down the center, it will export the line. So
brain moves.
I'm going to get rid of the line. That looks better too. Okay. Just call it television. Replace. Okay, done. Television is done.
Can I be on the stream?
Oh, you mean like in this actual video?
Yeah.
I can.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what you were asking.
Well, I can always just talk over you. That's not the problem.
Let's see. Double stream. If I click on this, what happens?
The computer implodes.
Oh, I got it. It's working. This is an old overlay You're gonna have to adjust your camera there.
Why? This is what I'm painting.
Yeah, but pull it back further so they can actually see it. Well, okay. Now Caroline is over there. She's painting an owl, so I'm gonna do some 3D modeling in the corner.
Something else to look at besides your forehead.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so I need to put some beer bottles on the, or some, what do you call it? Different types of bottles up there. So maybe I'll just do that over here.
Thank you. All these nice comments I'm already getting. That's just stupid, actually. Best content.
I don't know what the hell kind of beer bottle that is. That looks more like a spray can. I think my circle's too big.
This is all watercolor.
Oh Jesus. Okay, let's try that again. Oh no. Oh jeez. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm using the wrong tool here. I want you to go down. There we go.
Wow. You have the wrong Carolina in your description on Instagram.
What are you talking about?
Apparently.
I just tagged someone else?
Yeah. You dongle.
That's okay.
It's not. Oh my god.
I'll fix it later.
Yeah.
I just typed in Caroline and pressed OK. So, what do you expect? All right, there's one type of beer bottle. I mean, maybe it's a wine bottle instead.
Believe it or not, he's actually under the age of 65.
Wine. Okay, there's one bottle right there. Let's make a new one. Call it, well, it doesn't matter what we call it. Let's get out my fancy dancy rectangle. This would be more like a whiskey.
You keep saying you said Cinema 4D and you're in SketchUp the whole time.
I'm not there yet. I will get there later.
He's not there yet.
It's too early.
Thanks for the nice comments. If you want to find my Instagram, there's a period in between Art and Carolina. The other one is some Russian girl that got that username first.
Okay, gonna get my little whiskey bottle out and ready. Move it up a bit. Okay, now it's looking a little better.
What would mischief look like with tits? I don't know. Really important question, guys.
Okay. Man, I want you to go down.
Sketch Imma 5D, that's what you're using. Newest program.
Get out of here. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know why I bother with this.
What are you making?
I don't know. I'm trying to
What
make.
is that?
I'm trying to make like a Jack Daniels or something, but it looks.
Fuck? Just find the Jack Daniels in the database. It's fucking waddling a bottle.
Oh my God! You're right. Well, whatever. It's fine. Just let it be. Maybe that's gonna be my napkin box. Okay.
Your napkin box in your tiny bar.
Napkin box. All right, there we go. Time to move these things into my bar.
I gotta step in sometimes.
Oh, you know what? I should probably make the bar itself a group at least, or make it I'll just call it bar, so I don't have problems. Later, I can just keep these things separate, you know. Okay, time to move them up. And then whatever. This is basically a test, so I don't even know if it's gonna, like, sometimes I feel like I'm spending too much time doing something stupid like this, and I just have to stop and simplify what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But
Not modeling Jack Daniels.
yeah. Let's just say that there's a bottle there for now, and whatever. Let's put the television in, see what happens.
Connor says stay hydrated.
Oh, hey, Connor. The mirrored TV thing you made, Thor's hammer and blender, so thanks for the practice. Made me throw together Thor's hammer and blender. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Let's move the television into the bar.
The napkin is on the shelf and not on the bar. He's just having a hard day today.
You know, the bartender is very restrictive about his napkins.
You
And
know,
if you want a napkin, you have to ask him. You can't get it yourself.
No. It's a box wine, don't judge. It's just a shitty bar.
Bar with box wine.
Yeah. You go to this joint to get some box wine that they picked out at Toby's.
Okay, my television is ready. And it's like merging into the shelf. Beautiful, it's just beautiful. Beautiful architecture. Maybe I'll make the shelf less long. So the shot's gonna be like this. It's gonna go like, ooh. Or maybe it'll be more like this at an angle. Ooh. So in that case, well, I don't know. Let me, I think it looks okay. What is usually behind a bar, like on the wall, like picture frames and stuff? Well, I guess.
It's been a while since Justin's been to a bar, evidently.
I haven't gone since the beginning of the year because like everything's been
Yeah,
closed.
I know,
What am I
right?
supposed to do?
We have no point of reference what a bar looks like anymore.
Okay.
Charge a high price for napkins here.
Let's just move it away from the shelf. There. That looks better. Okay. What else would be in a bar? Like, what would they have on the shelf here? They'd probably have some
Mammy's never been to a bar.
glasses.
There's probably glasses in a bar.
Yes.
They would have a selection of whiskeys and
They would have.
something that looks like a shampoo bottle.
They have They have a shampoo bottle and a napkin dispenser. That's it.
What bar is this?
I don't know if you can actually see the bar itself in the shot. I think it might just be more like
Well, you're
this.
the director, so you should know.
So, oh god. Let's see. Let's just
look it up, bro. Yeah, why don't you look at a picture?
Okay,
of a
let me
bar?
just look at a picture of a bar here. Open up a new window.
Thank God there's these people to help. Just look up a bar on Google and see for yourself. Savage.
Okay.
Really giving you a hard time today.
These bars are too fancy. I need like a rundown bar.
Dive bar.
Oh, dive bar. There we go. These are also fancy dive bars. What kind of a dive bar is this?
That's not a dive bar.
This is Yandex. I don't know if I should go to Google. I'll just go to Google. They probably have better results.
That's what Russians think America looks like. I gotta Google. For the authentic ghetto images.
I don't know about these as being dive bars. Like,
Let's type ghetto dive bar.
maybe this. That looks like a hipster bar.
Dude, there is dirtier bars
Ghetto
down the street.
sketchy dive bar.
Scummy NYC bar. Pub. Saloon. Dingy tavern.
Okay, there we go. Dingy tavern. Oh, I get like images from like the 17th century.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this one. This one looks like it might be
Those are only relevant in the UK.
TripAdvisor. This bar's got a stump. It's got a stump with nails in it. It's not even a bar. It's like a concrete block on the dock.
Totally legal bar.
Hey, Fox in Space. Hey, I saw your new. I saw your new test that you did in Blender. Can I ask you a question? Like, how do you do the mouth animations in Blender? Like, do you have to draw them every single time, or is there like a way you can save them, like the different mouth movements, and then because I don't know, man. I'm trying to learn Blender too. It seems like to be like a lot of animators are moving into Blender, and why are you drawing stuff on the shelf when you can just draw them in the projection mapping part? Good question. The reason why is that the camera movement is going to be kind of a little bit more 3D than. Let me just go back to what am I doing here? I guess you're right. I guess if I'm moving it like this to here, it really won't make that much perspective change. So I should just draw all the bottles and stuff in there on the shelf. That might be a good idea. But you see, if I do some camera movement like this, well, I guess that would work, as long as I don't like go too far. Maybe I'll just keep it simple: a television and a shelf, and I'll draw the bottles in Photoshop and do the projection map. See how that works, you know? Let's just do that.
He answered your question. Probably look before it disappears.
Oh, I see it here. I just make an extra line and fill layer on my grease pencil object. If you only rotate or zoom your camera, you never have to change it. Right. What do you, Fox in Space, what do you think of the new coloring tools, the new Vertex coloring tools that they added to Blender? If you change the actual location of the camera, your 2D art won't stick. If you want some help with Blender, hit me up. I'm on your Discord. We help people with Blender. Hey, thanks, man. I really do appreciate that.
See, I told you.
Maybe I will. But
He's all shy about asking for help.
The problem is I don't want to like waste anyone's time. Like if I might just like try Blender and then not like it, and then you know what I mean? Like I don't want to. I think I need to just anyway. Yeah, if I don't move, like if I move the camera, oh god, if I move the camera back and forth, it should be okay. But if I move it side to side, it might fuck things up. I want a little bit of a perspective there, though. Anyway, let me just put the ceiling in, and I'll call it a day for this. And I'll move into the next part. So, okay, man. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate that. Box in space. You can project from a different angle. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, yeah. This is basically the second time I've done projection mapping, so I'm not gonna go crazy. I don't want to like I'm still learning how to do it. Really, all this 3D stuff is still like so new to me. Okay, there's my roof. I'm gonna save this. Export 3D model. I don't know why, but whenever I make a 3D model in SketchUp and save it as an object and import it into Blender, it's like a trillion times larger than it should be. I have to scale it down every time. I guess there's just a... Okay, bar, let's see here. Time to open up After Effects 2020.
Guys dropping knowledge in the chat.
Nick Gallus. Tough to animate, but usually they have a mirror wall. Makes the place seem bigger. Also, happy to support your channel. Cheers, mate. Hey, thank you, Nick Gallus. Thank you very much. That's a good point. They usually do have a mirror. But for the sake of simplicity, just for this little shot, I'm not going to put a mirror in for now. As for coloring in grease pencil, I only use GP materials for filling my grease pencil objects. That way, if I don't like the color of someone's uniform, I change the color of the uniform material. Right, I see what you're saying. It automatically changes the color on all the frames. If I changed the color of a character shirt halfway through an Adobe Illustrator, I had to manually recolor every single frame. Ah.
Yeah, that's a huge waste of effort.
Using materials instead of the... Yeah. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's see. New, there we go. Yeah, I think I saw a tutorial about that. Someone was explaining the difference between the materials and the new Vertex paint tool. But the thing I like about the Vertex tool is that the palette is like really easy to use, but maybe I need to look at... Anyway, for the past month I've been learning grease pencil has completely changed my life. After I finished the episode, I'm 100% Blender for everything. I'm a total convert. Ah, it's crazy, man. I'm gonna try learning it. I think I have to learn it. It seems to be like this. What I'm doing now is like such a bizarre way of friggin' animating. But I'm not gonna fully convert myself until I finish the series. I don't want there to be consistency change in the style.
It just needs help.
but I will slowly start to learn it, I think. I don't think I'll be able to learn as quickly as you, though. Because I saw your last test there, it looks like insane. Like, insanely good. The one with the guy walking through the subway. Okay, I'm going to import my little bar here.
I can show you all the basics in an hour.
You can show me all the basics in an hour, so... You know what? Maybe I can do that right now. Let's just do it right now.
Whoa.
I'll get back to this bar later. I'm gonna open up Blender and see what we can do. Alright, Blender.
That's if he's up for doing that right now with you.
Well, I'm assuming he is because he's right here. The reason we learn fast is because we have a little Discord room with 10, 20 people who all share a screen. Okay. I'm going to try to show you something I was doing today. Okay. So, if I'm in the 2D tool here, right? I noticed that... well, I'm not even sure if I can get the pixelated look I want yet, but I gotta turn these things off to get the hard pencil. It's kind of laggy because I got like multiple programs running right now. And if I wanted to draw in 3D, I change that to 3D mode and change this thing to 3D cursor, I think is what they said. So let's just say if I was to draw television, a really rough television, Cinema 4 and Blender. This is a really shit television, but so, okay. I was watching a tutorial. Someone said you want to rotate this. Like that, but you have to like have the point of origin. The N key brings up your tool options on the right. Click the image of the tool you want to change the type of line. Tool options on the right, okay. One problem earlier, I was like trying to draw the edge of a television, so I would go up here and do the shift right click on it to move this thing. Just to see where it is exactly though, it ends up being in the middle. And I'm wondering, how do I know to get it over here? Do I have to like be in this kind of like 3/4 view? Click it on it over here. I'll move it around again. Oh, but then it's like, it's not quite on the corner of the television. Try it again there. And it still seems to be not there. I don't know. It probably is like a setting. I could help you a lot faster if you don't mind the little voice chat. You know what? Maybe we'll do this another time.
Yeah, it'd be better than
this, because this is not gonna. I'll try it some other time. But thank you very much for Fox in Space. I do appreciate the help.
like frustratingly typing comments in between little plushies and then random watercolor stream happening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just absolute chaos in here.
Okay, let me just get rid of this drawing pad so I can click. Okay. So what was I doing here? Let's grab the camera, new camera, it's right here. Change all these settings to, I guess 800 by 600 for now. Okay. I'm just going to put a light bulb in here so it's a little bit easier to see things. I don't know if that makes it easier or not, but whatever. Okay. This over here. I just gotta keep things simple. That's all I gotta do is keep it simple. Hey Justin, when you compose something, does it start as an idea in your head, or does it sometimes come from just messing around with sounds? Usually just me messing around on the keyboard. There's some people out there that like will compose by writing the notation down ahead of time. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a different way of.
How do they do that?
They actually know music theory. That's the difference.
Oh.
So
They actually know music.
So, I mean, I know some music theory, but I don't know enough that I can just like compose a track without even hearing it. So that's, you know, I'm not that good yet. I don't know if I will be. Usually just mess around on the keyboard and do like, I just press record, you know, and I just play in the keyboard for like sometimes like an hour. And if there's anything out of that that I like, I'll go back and use it.
Damn education.
My starting frame is going to be kind of like that. And let's see, field of view. Let's just keep it where it was, and I think it'll be fine. I sent you a blip on the server for later. Hit me up with Blender anytime, and thank you for streaming. Hey man, you didn't have to do that. Thank you very much though. Yeah. Thanks, man. Because it looks like, you know, it looks like you can save a ton of time with Blender. There's some things about it that are just insanely good. Let's. It seems like every other day there's like a new tutorial coming out too, so it's also new. Okay, so here's my starting frame. Let's see, this shot's going to be what, like 12 seconds maybe? So I'm going to say, let's go... They maybe removed the way to do the 100% alias look from the newest version. I'm going to ask the devs. Zadok, what do you mean about that? Like the pixelated. I was playing with it a few months ago, and I managed to get it to at least draw in hard pixels with no aliasing.
You know, I guess that's a good thing because it's like it's an open source program or whatever. You can actually talk to the developers and be like, I use this tool, don't remove it.
Yeah.
Unlike Adobe.
Well, you can do that with Adobe.
They can't. They'll just ignore you for like a year.
That's true.
I'm 100% right.
Like how the edges of your art style aren't smoothed. Yeah, that's the thing is, there's no, like when I draw, it's like a hard pixel. It's like using the pencil tool in MS Paint. And actually, it took me a long time to figure out how to even do that using Adobe's programs, because in After Effects, there would be certain tools that you would use and it would blur the edges and stuff, and it would remove the pure black, basically, pixels. So the thing is, you do it all at 640 by 480 and then upscale, and it looks like one of those old video games from the 90s. She's exactly 100% correct. Are you talking about Carolina?
Yeah, like you can talk to the developers.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually harder and harder to do that kind of thing in any program now. Everyone seems to think you want perfectly smooth pixels.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it seems to be like that. You can't even draw in that style anymore with a lot of programs with the pure pencil tool. Like, anyway, I don't want to get into it too much, but if I just chose a style of animation where the line didn't have to be like a jaggedy black pixel, I think I would have an easier time. But at least, okay, let me just look at this shot here. This looks good. I think I need to change the rotation of it a bit. It seems to be off. Oh God, that's the wrong one. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. So let's just say this is my shot. Let's save this. Static, you can actually use Illustrator's Save for Web function to export pixelated art. Yeah, I don't know. Well, that might work. I don't know if it's. It can get complicated though with some of these. The pixels can't just be. It can't just be jaggedy pixels. It has to be like relative to the grid that I'm using at, like almost like if you played a video game with anti-aliasing off, rather than. I don't even like it when the pixels become larger than 1 pixel. Like if you were to have some drawn information in here and then I zoomed in on it on the camera.
It's got very specific demands.
Let me just export this frame here so I can draw on it. And I just want the first frame, I think. It's going to render 2 frames for some reason, but whatever. Let's go back to the bar here. delete that extra frame. Okay. Oh. Onion skinning turns off. Oh, what's this? Bug fix. Okay. Yes. Oh, I'm using the wrong version of Photoshop. There's another thing with Photoshop. It's like they broke all my workflow with the 2020 version of Adobe. So that's why I'm thinking more about going to Blenders, because I basically had to message the product developer directly on Twitter for them to even like be aware that their animation tools don't work in their latest version of Photoshop. At Premiere, I guess. What am I doing here? God, bar. Okay. Open this. There we go. Okay. So let's just see if this is going to work. I don't even know if it's going to work, honestly. We'll just try it out. I'm just going to draw on top of this television here. If it doesn't work out, whatever, it's not a big deal. I'll just simplify my process a bit. Just want to try to incorporate a little bit of dynamic movement in 3D, you know? Maybe I should trying to make the you know, the 3D look like my hand-drawn animations, basically, is the trick. That's what I'm trying to do here. I could easily make a 3D looking television, but making it look like it was drawn by hand is a different story.
How long do you spend animating every day?
How long do I spend every day?
Yeah. Too long.
Probably about 5 or 6 hours. It's depends on the day. Some days I don't even do anything, but usually if I'm working on something, it's usually the whole day. The time flies really when I'm animating. It's like I start doing something and then like there goes the whole day, and it's like supper time already, you know? Okay, there's my stand, I guess. Let's put in some maybe I just use this contagious tool here. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, because I have to have... What is going on? There we go. Go back to this for a second. The screen itself is just going to be a green. It's going to be a green screen so that I can replace it with the animation later. Essentially, I'll just use the corner pin tool to motion track the screen, the Million Anthony, have you seen Courage the Cowardly Dog since I told you? Hey man, sorry, no, I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I know what it is, but I haven't like seen an episode, so. Had a little thing over here for like, I don't know, like some TVs used to have like DVD players built into them. Hey, thanks, Meaty.
Thanks, Linda. Get the chat open, I can see it.
And these televisions usually had like speakers built into them too.
Oh yeah, that's weird, eh? Back when TVs came with their own speakers.
They'd be like on the sides.
Now you have to buy a separate sound system.
No, televisions still come with TVs, speakers.
Yeah, but they're not that good.
They're okay. But usually, they don't put them on the front of the television anymore. That's for sure. They do this like 3D sound thing. They mount it on the back. So now there'd be like some slots here. So maybe these details will show up when I projection map them in Cinema 4D. We'll see if it works well or not. Okay, so there's my television. I think it looks good. Now to draw the bar. I'll just call this layer TV because I might have to put it on separate layer. Should probably save this to say what is your process for coming up with a storyline for interface or a standalone video? Like, have it your way. I just try to think of funny stuff. Or for the standalone videos, I just try to think of a joke or something that's I can animate easily, and that's about it, really.
It's not funny. It's not worth doing.
Yeah. The interface stuff is a bit different. It takes me like a lot more thinking to do, and I basically have to like think about it for like several weeks and then write it down in the script form. Okay, the bottom of these shelves are going to be black basically, and now this should be fine, I think, too. Even though you don't see the back of the shelf that's going to be behind the television. The projection maps, and you shouldn't see that, I don't think. Let's see here. Okay. And all of these kind of really basic shadows, I don't even need to do this projection mapping for. I could do that in Cinema 4D without this stuff. But once I start adding details like lines and stuff, you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, I can get rid of this drawing now. I'm not going to delete it, just disable it.
Okay, no one cares.
Okay, have you watched the documentary Out of Shadows, which discusses how the media is controlled by the government? I think you will like it. I have not seen that documentary, JD Reels, but thank you for the recommendation. All right, let's see here. Time to put in the details, I guess. The whole reason why I'm doing this projection mapping is to have some details in the 3D stuff. So that kind of looks like a wood texture, I guess. Let's just draw a few bottles up here. I'll put them on a separate layer for now. This looks like more like a wine bottle. put the label on there or something like this. Up here, maybe like a, I don't know. Oh yeah, where was my reference image? Tons of bottles, televisions, lots of bottles. Basically, the wall kind of have like a wood pattern texture there. Okay. So maybe I'll put some more like grimy bar stuff.
Thanks, Linda, for checking out my artwork.
Umami, what are you gonna put on the left wall, boss? Over here, maybe I'll put a painting or something, or a drawing, or some sort of.
Don't drink and drive poster.
Yeah, there you go. Don't drink and drive. Okay. Something right here.
Put one of those cigarette box images.
Cigarette box images.
You know, nasty mouths and stuff, and lungs.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's put a picture frame with a picture inside of it. Albert Samoy, I use these colors over here essentially. I keep them restricted to the palette that I've chosen since starting the web series. Just so that everything has a consistent look to it. In the style that I chose.
Fox in Space likes my painting of a fox. Kind of doing a series of animal paintings with a new art style, I guess. So far, they all seem to be woodland animals. I have a really great picture of some toads sleeping on top of each other. I might do next with some mushrooms. Remember when we went to that reptile exhibit?
Yes.
There was a toad sleeping on top of another toad, but you couldn't see the other toad because it blended in with the background. Is your music on Spotify?
Yes, you can find my music on Spotify. Just type in the name that I release my music under, which is Hex System, HEXSYSTEM. It's not. I mean, if you type in Umami, you might find some playlists that some people have created. But essentially, I just. I've been making music a lot longer than my animations, and I basically want to kept it all under the same name. So.
What's your favorite drink?
My favorite drink? I don't know.
Liquid?
Water. I gotta stay hydrated. I don't know, man.
You're stressed out today.
I'm just stressed out. Yeah.
Too stressed out for normal questions like, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color? I kind of like orange. I don't know. I don't have a favorite color, so.
Pretty sure your favorite color is hot pink.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Okay, my bar is looking beautiful.
Mischief Bird.
Interloper, how's it going? Was it the first time you showed your face in the Mischief plushie video? Yes. Well, I mean, I have a Patreon. For Patreons, I've been releasing like some behind the scenes videos, so they've already seen what I look like. And I also have like an Instagram page, so some people have seen me on there too.
Which is just pictures of me, really, honestly. Nothing to do with you.
Hey, Fox in Space, thanks for that, man. You have to do that. Wow. Yeah, these birds, man. I'm excited about these birds. They're gonna be. I'm really happy how the prototype turned out. Let's see, what am I doing here? This is my, okay, this is my bar. It has nothing on the shelves. And the ceiling is kind of... It needs details. I think it needs details. Like, I feel like the television back here, it'd be like, wouldn't it be like shadowy back here? I wonder if that's gonna work properly. I should probably draw the shadow of the television.
Man, everyone wants this frog so bad.
God. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, God. This is I have a hard time live streaming, guys. This is sorry, can't think.
He's a one-task man.
I'm really a one-task person. I can't, it's very difficult for me. That doesn't look good. I'm just gonna leave that. First of all, I need to change this out. This looks ridiculous. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. You get used to it unless it's writing. I could never write while streaming my stream. I'd lose my mind. It's like being in a business meeting while having forgotten to put on underwear.
Writing?
Yeah.
Dude, who writes on stream? That's insane.
Unless it's writing. No, he's saying he can never write while streaming. Streaming while writing, that's like, I don't know, that your brain will just explode. Hey, David Bowie, can you archive the stream? I want to watch it later. Yes, man. All you have to do is when the streams are over, you go to the playlist page on my YouTube channel and go to the playlist called live streams, and they're all there. You can see all the live streams I made in the past. So that's how the way to get to them. I don't publish them directly onto the channel. I unlist them and put them in the live streams, just because otherwise my channel will be full of live streams that are hard to. It would hide the videos, basically, the animations. So, yeah. Let's put some like cracks on the walls, maybe.
Yeah, I watch a streamer that does creative writing on stream, and I just have no idea how you can do that.
People's brains work differently, you know?
Oh. I thought everyone's brain works exactly like mine.
Yeah.
If it did, I don't think the world would function.
Oh, you know what I could also put on in the wall here is some, like, you know, like when like the plaster is like ripped away, or the gyprock is broken or whatever, and you know how you see like the rafters behind the walls. Maybe I'll do some of that.
Why is there 2 Umamis? I don't even know what that means.
Why is there 2 people streaming? Oh, it's Carolina in the corner there. She's working on a watercolor. We're just in the same room, basically. Usually I just stream by myself, but today we're doing something a little bit different. Last time we did this, Carolina was working on the cover art for the music album, so that's why I had that like double stream set up. Yeah, that looks okay there, with a kind of like patchy wall. I really hope this works out. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. But...
Brains are crazy. Apparently some people can see pictures in their minds. No idea how. That's how my brain mostly works.
Yeah, I can only see pictures in my head, really. I don't see anything else. Like,
how do people think in words? Like just long chunks of...
Some people can think in words, and I don't know how that works. But...
I don't know how that works. Install word software in your brain.
Yeah. Okay, so now the ceiling needs some detail. Maybe, I don't know what this bar ceiling would look like. But I'm just going to make it like kind of dark. And kind of like patchy. Maybe that would be the best. I don't know about that actually. Maybe it needs like a tile texture or something. I don't know.
Wrinkled brains are gross. I can draw what I can see in my head. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, there. I think it looks okay. I put some like details. Kind of like this. The bar, the television stand. It's going to be a little bit. There. Okay. Just so it stands out a little bit better. I think that's I think that's enough detail for now. Like, we should just do this and see how it looks when I import it into Cinema 4D, because I'm afraid that these bottles may not end up looking correct, but we can try it and just see how it works. Let's put a few more lines here.
I'm really concerned about your napkin dispenser.
Oh yeah. It's not in the shot anymore.
It's just gone.
I don't know what this is. Maybe it's like their liquor license or something. Okay, let's save this. Let's see if this works. Shimada, thank you very much for the comment there. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Bar scene, Cinema 4D. I think I have to save it as a PNG. I think that's how. I don't know if I can read Photoshop files. I forget. Okay, moment of truth, guys and girls. Cinema 4D. So I have to make a new. Well, I don't have to make a new one. I can just replace this, I think. Material. And it is going to be a texture. And it's going to be what I just drew there. Make sure this is it. Okay, that's it. Sampling set to none, so it makes it pixelated and stuff. Click OK, I think. Now I have to go to, where is it? I have to set the projection mapping to the camera. I just don't know where it is. Oh God.
It's gonna be okay, Justin.
It was like somewhere over here. Do I do this?
Can we get a Mission Hot Wheels boss? That'd be amazing.
Let's see here. Illumination editor.
Give us a connection with Hot Wheels, and we'll get that going.
Let me just save this for a second. I'm going to open up my previous 3D file that I've done it successfully in, so I know exactly. Like, because this is where I've done it before. These little details on the sides. And material. But like, where do I save? Oh, okay. Basic. Name. God, I just did this the other day. I haven't done this enough, so actually I know what I'm doing. Let's see here. Where the hell is it? I might have to look up a tutorial. Recent. Let's go back to this for a second. Let's get rid of all this crap. Yeah, just let me load up a video real quick. I forget where it is.
This happens to me all the time as a programmer. Do something fancy one day and forget it the next.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like pretty much any tech job right now. Everything's so new and changing constantly.
So there's this channel that I might as well advertise now. This guy named Olaf Storm. He's got a whole bunch of tutorials on a style of animating that I basically animate in, which is Photoshop animation. So he made this video called camera mapping, and that is what I used to learn how to do it. I just need to figure out exactly projection mapping, exactly where it is. So I don't want to like play the video because of copyright and stuff, but I just want to look at it on my other screen here real quick. Material, tag material. Aha! Found it. Okay, sorry for that. Where's the chat box? Okay, so right here, projection display. Set this to no, it's projection, camera mapping. Change it to side front. Do I need a light or something? Like what? Why can't I see anything? My light. I'll change that to okay, let me just delete this for a second. Try this again. New material. Load image. Okay. Should be able to drag this onto there. Set the mapping to camera mapping. Camera 1. Throat form. Hope you and Carolina are doing well. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. Throat form.
Throat foam.
Foam.
Thanks.
Turn off tiling. I feel like is there? I don't know what's going on here. Why is it so small and repeating like that? Thanks, Carolina.
You're welcome.
Let's see here. Why does it keep I feel like I'm missing a step here.
Hummus.
Man, this is probably like the most boring live stream ever. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even know what I'm doing. Let's see. Calculate, maybe? No? Camera mapping. Camera mapping. Map camera. Oh, I think I have to change the camera mapping. And then there's... Oh, I have to change the camera. Ah, here it is, I think. I'm pretty sure I have to drag... Is it this? Ah! That's what I was doing wrong. There was no camera referenced. Okay, so now... let's see this. Oh. Delete this camera. I want to copy and paste. And I want to reference map camera moving. Because I need two cameras when you do projection mapping. So this one, I'll change the display to map camera moving. And now it should move. No, it does not move. God damn it. Going crazy. Whoa. Hold on here. Cameras, use camera. Oh my god. Okay, I will figure this out. It seems like every single step I'm like screwing something up. Let's delete this extra camera for a sec. Whoa, Jesus! What the hell? I'm in the Matrix all of a sudden. Oh, I see what's going on here. That's pretty cool. Let's undo that. Oh, no, let's redo that.
What the fuck? What is that?
I think I know what's going on here. I need to copy and paste. This camera has a keyframe at the end where it moves, and I need to delete that because that's the projection maption, the projecting camera. I'll just call this projecting camera. And change this thing to link it up with okay, it already is. Now this camera is the camera that I use. So now, there we go. I got it. Oh, it actually worked.
Whoa!
Look at that.
Clarence,
3D.
check it out.
Oh, well, hold on a second. I got to undo the tile here. I don't want it tiling. I just want it to. So there we go.
I'm doing lots of painting over here.
Look at this. So now my problem is that it's. What is going on over there? There's a bird flopping around.
I'm just waiting for a piece of bread to heat up.
Can they see that?
Yeah. But you didn't change my camera view, did you?
Oh my god.
There's like multiple mischiefs on the screen.
I'm okay. So for those who are looking at the 3D model here, it's very pixelated, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Achievement unlocked.
Oh, it's just the preview mode. The actual render is correct. So save this. Go back into After Effects, and now if I play my video, it's going to render really slowly.
It's like, you can take me off the camera if you want it. It's making the computer slower.
It's okay, Callie. But do you see how this is? It actually worked.
It's just Mischief showing his butt to the screen.
Maybe if I change the draft mode, it'll be faster. I mean, I'm doing 3D modeling on a Mac Mini, so, you know, that's...
This is what your stream is for, Justin.
Sorry, sir, but my eyes are glued into Mischief Bird right now.
Yeah, way more bored right here.
While I wait for this to render, I'll just read some of these comments. We need a wind-up smoking Henrik with a little arm that brings a cigarette up and down from his mouth.
Okay, who manufactures that, please?
I can't believe this actually worked as well as it seems to be working. There seems to be a little bit of a problem up here with the I don't know, the texture just isn't mapping into that area. But otherwise, maybe it would work better if I had the texture resolution be just a little bit higher than the actual model or the screen. Sorry, as a little bit higher. Well, it is. It's 360, 640 by 480.
Why do you guys need a body pillow? Why?
Yavor Stoylov. Hey man, I've followed Interface for a long time and really love everything that you're doing. Hey man, thank you for the super chat and thank you for the comments. I don't know, like I still can't believe that this series has been connecting with so many people. You know, I feel like it wasn't that long ago. I was just sitting in front of my computer, drawing like a noodle flopping around on the street.
Yeah.
And then showing Carolina and being like, look at this, look at how he flops in here.
Yeah, high intellectual activity. It was some smooth brain going on.
There was some smooth brain activity going on. And now it's turning into something crazy. Dude, look at this. My textures. I mean, the actual 3D in this shot is very minimal, but it is just subtle enough that you can notice it. And once I replace the green screen there with something else, I think that's pretty dope. The problem I have now is that when it zooms in all the way, these pixels are kind of looking extra thick and not very aesthetic. So what I might do is scale up my Photoshop file, redraw over some of the lines and stuff, and see if with a higher resolution image that will be projection mapped back onto the 3D model, when it zooms in, these pixels will not look so weird. But what I can do is replace this green screen image with a with a motion tracked image that I'm going to animate later. Those bottles don't look so bad. It looks alright. See, the problem is they kind of look like they're pasted onto the wall, which they are, because they're projection mapped. But if I had a 3D model there that they were modeled onto, it might look a little bit better, but then you might see something behind it too. It might have screwed up, so... They're in the corner, you barely even notice them. I don't know, maybe if I just drew a few more. Dude, that's pretty cool though. That's the kind of stuff I want to do, like more of this sort of pseudo 3D. And I know you can do it in Blender, like probably a lot easier than what I was doing today, but that's to come in the future, I guess, for now. Anyways, I'm going to touch up the texture, I think, on my own when I'm not streaming. And this shot will look a lot better than it does right now. You might be able to fake it by placing a plane just in front of the wall. Since the wall isn't textured, you wouldn't be able to see the scene. Ah, yes. Can this not be animated by 2D, by hand in 2D, or is that too hard? I mean, I could just draw, like what I could have done is just drawn this shot and have the camera move in on a 2D image like this. No one probably would complain if I did that. It probably would have been fine. But when you do it like this, there's just like a little bit like more perspective. You see how like the handle of the television hides behind it while you zoom in, and the television pole thing is like moving in relation to the ceiling, and these wall textures are all kind of moving in perspective too. Same with the shelf. So it's subtle, but it makes a difference, I think. Dude, I think that's pretty cool though. How that worked out pretty well. Yeah, so that's what projection mapping is. Like basically it's an old technique that they've been using in video games since like forever. When they would have to add textures to like character models, they would projection map the image of someone's face onto the 3D model, and then that's how they'd have their textures.
Oh yeah.
So anyways, guys, that's it for today. I think I just wanted to do a real quick run through of projection mapping, and maybe next time if I try it again, I will remember where some of these buttons are, so I'm not like sitting here looking for shit forever. But there it is. I think it's pretty cool. This shot will look much nicer when I add in the better details and stuff. But I gotta go get something to eat now. I'm kind of hungry. Hallian. Hey, I appreciate your work. Thanks for making the weird stuff that makes things seem normal. Keep it up. Thank you, Hallian. Thank you very much. And that's it, guys. Thank you for stopping in today. And if you guys ordered a plushie, thank you so much as well. I'm really looking forward to having them all be delivered by the end of the year, so that's going to be really cool. This episode that I'm working on now, which is episode 21, I have only drawn a few shots, and it's going to be kind of long. Not long, I mean not long in a bad way. I mean it's going to be it's an involved episode. The next 4 episodes are going to be a lot more involved than the previous ones, because I need to these next 4 episodes are going to be important, so it might take me slightly longer than usual to make them, but just there's going to be a lot of details and stuff. I think it's going to pay off. It's going to be cool. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping in. And hey, Fox in Space, thank you for all the advice and tips on that sort of thing. And I'll probably hit you up later about the Blender. And until next time, and see you guys.
Bye.